Hi guys, welcome back to another Ask Abdela, where I answer your questions that you ask me on my Instagram or here on YouTube. I am excited for this month's question. If you're new here, please do consider subscribing to the channel, and if you're old here and haven't subscribed yet, what you doing? It's all free. Please subscribe. I'm excited for the question, so let's dive in. So the question number first is, what inspired you to do the August appreciation on Insta? So if you don't know, I've been doing this series throughout the month of August called August Appreciation, where I come on board and appreciate people intentionally on Instagram. So yeah, just that was the idea all behind that. I just wanted to be very intentional to acknowledge people whom I don't acknowledge on a daily basis. Like, I would acknowledge in my heart but not appreciate outwardly, so I wanted to do that publicly, not just for their birthdays or anything, but just being intentional to honor them and appreciate them. I also want to say that there have been a lot of people that I couldn't appreciate because I guess August only had 30 days and I was not posting. It has 31 days and I was not posting every single day. So it's not even that the people I have not appreciated are less in my life or any of that sorts, but yeah, it's the idea behind this was I just wanted to be intentional in appreciating people. Moving on to question number 2, is your first period story embarrassing? Because mine was. It was not embarrassing or anything. I didn't get my periods in any public space. So the funny story, I didn't know for the first day or two that I am on my period. I didn't realize it. I don't know how. I think the bathroom that we had back then just had that low light or something. I've never did. And then I guess on the first day I missed. And so when you start your periods, you're not getting the heavy kind of flow like when it's your first period. You just see little blood. That's how it grows. But then when I noticed that same evening or the next day, I remember nobody, like, I think Papa was only home, Mom was at work. So I went to Papa and said, Papa, I'm bleeding. So he's like, what happened? So then I explained that I don't know, I went to the bathroom, I'm bleeding, it's all red in my undergarments and everything. So he said, so the funny part is, I am very confident in going and talking to my father about anything and everything. So that was very easy. But we were never taught about periods beforehand. So I have seen sanitary packets in my house before, but guess where they were kept? They were kept inside the cupboard, inside the safe. So that's how protected the protection was. So I've always seen it. So Papa just said, hey, that thing that Mummy uses. So he knew that that's what is supposed to be used, but he didn't knew like how to explain me how to put a pad on a undergarment and show me the whole method. He said this is something that you have to wear, and he just didn't know. So by then Mom came in and she explained me how to wear it and all that stuff. So yeah, not a kind of embarrassing story. I'm not embarrassed that I went to my father to ask about it or not, because like growing up, every time Papa only got sanitary pads for us, and so period was like normal. I think few things that I would avoid is I would tell my kids prior that hey, this is the thing, and I'll also make sure that my husband knows if in future my daughter would need a help, my husband knows how to put a pad and help her with, or whatever she prefers later is her choice, but to start with a pad. So that's my period story. It's not embarrassing at all. And I have never been somebody who I'm not openly going and talking about periods to people, but I'm not somebody who's like ashamed or embarrassed about talking about periods also, because first of all, I am glad that you have asked as period, because I don't understand people calling it 10,000 different names like that time of the month, chums, um, down, and I don't know what all. I'm down. What do you mean by you're down? You're standing up. But yeah, I was like, it's okay, it's just periods, just say periods, it's fine. So that was the story of my first period. I guess I was 12, 13, 14, either of that years when I got my periods. Yeah, I guess it was after 12, after I was 12-year-old. So yeah. Next question. How many children you would love to have? That's a good question. I somewhere feel like I'll fully only know after having my first child how to process, because no matter how many stories you hear from the outside, once you go through the process and you're like, okay, this is what pregnancy looks like in your body. So one for sure, but I think ideally as of now I'm thinking two, but I guess the right answer would only come after I have my first child. Okay, next question. How to forgive when you tried and failed to completely forgive? How to forgive when you tried and failed to completely forgive? Okay, so you mean that somebody hurted you and you forgave, and then the hurt didn't go and you didn't fail to forgive. With forgiveness, it's something like when the hurt is more, you can't just in one go say, hey, I forgive you, and you get done with it. Sometimes you have to constantly, whenever that comes up, constantly forgive that person till it's out of your system. Constantly let go of it. And the most hurt comes from the people that are closest to us, where we allow them in our heart to have a space. Like a lot of us are hurt by our families. See, the most you have to forgive is in your marriage, with your parents, with your siblings, because they constantly do something or the other that would hurt you here and there, and because they are the closest people to you, physically, emotionally, mentally also, you get hurt. So it's constantly, the forgiveness has to be constantly available from your end. It's not a one-time thing. I would say that you can't just forgive somebody for once. There are things that you can forgive, like if somebody hit me by mistake and they say sorry, I'll forgive them and I won't. But when the hurt is deeper, when the hurt is emotional, sometimes you do forgive them and you do release them, but the thought comes back, the hurt comes back. So whenever the hurt is coming back, you just ask Holy Spirit to help you there and forgive them again and again till it completely eradicates out of your system. Hope that helps. Okay, next question. How to differentiate God's voice, our thoughts, and devil's voice? I would, there's a simple verse that says that my sheep hears my voice. Just know that you are tuned in a way to hear God's voice and hear God's plan. Whatever is from God is for your prosperity. It brings you peace within it. Rest, everything is not from God if it's coming though. Next question. Which is your most angry situation in your life, Akka, or else any recent one to share with us? Most angry, I don't know. When you say anger, I can only think of my brother. Am I the only one, or it's just a sibling thing when you think of anger? I think when he was here last month, something he did and I got annoyed and then I got angry and then it just went off. So I think, a person who has the ability to irritate me like this, like within a fraction of a second, he can piss me off. That's my brother. Yeah, so that's what happened. Okay, next question. When are you visiting Pune? Whenever you're sending me tickets for it. Next. Akka, what's your hair care routine and skin glow secret? There is no secret. It's a good camera, good lighting falling on my face. My hair, I have terrible hair fall right now, but I pray that it stopped. Because of the hard water, my hair from the last few months have been starting to gray a lot, so not the greatest as it looks on pictures, but I'm grateful. So there's no routine. I just wash. I have extremely oily scalp, so I try to wash my hair twice a week and condition it, and basically that's it. I don't oil my hair. If I do oil, it would be like once in a blue moon, because my scalp generates a lot of oil by itself. If I don't wash for 2 days, if you look at my head, it looks like I put on a bottle of oil on my head. So my scalp doesn't need oil. Skin, I recently started doing, not recently started adding few stuff. Otherwise I used to wash my face whenever I'm wearing makeup. Once I come inside the house, I just take it off, wash my face with a good face wash, and just put moisturizer on. Nowadays I put toner and some serum also, but I always used a moisturizer and washed my face. So that's about it. But ये glow वगैरह ये सब lighting और कैमरे का है. Okay. Next question. Are you confident car drive? I think you meant to ask, are you confident to drive a car? Okay. Yes, I am confident, but it has to be my car. I'm not confident with other people's car, because end of the day it's their car. There are few, it's something, right? It's not just you having confidence when it's not your car, it's the other person showing the confidence in you. That's why even when people offer me their cars, I just say no. No would be my first reaction. I remember the last time recently I sat in a car, and the guy who was driving, he was absolutely unwell, and so I said, hey, in case you are unable to drive, just let me know. I'm not like wanting to drive the car, but I just said in a way that, hey, if you're not well, I can do this for you. And then somebody who was sitting behind, like somebody close to me was sitting behind, and she said, yeah, Elsa will go and dash into 3-4 cars. And I was like, and I just went quiet. It did hurted me there a little, but I just went quiet. Okay, like, yes, your car and you have the rule. But somebody, I'm not saying everybody has treated me like that. Somebody I remember who showed me that confidence was Finny and Shivani. They live in Kolkata, but when this happened, they used to live in Delhi. And one day they just asked me to drive their car. I was like, I said, it's okay, I am confident with my car only. When I say I'm confident with my car, it's my father's car where I drive whenever I go home. Otherwise, I don't like ask people for their cars. So they just said, it's okay, even if you hit somewhere, it's absolutely fine, it's just a car. And of course, I drove the car, and I drove perfectly, and I went around Gurgaon, from Delhi to Gurgaon, or Gurgaon, wherever that area was. I drove perfectly. But it's just the difference of the confidence that they showed in me that made the difference. I think in the similar ways, my Pastor Mark, like, he would give his car keys with confidence. So yeah, there are people like that who win my heart in those areas. I want to be somebody like that when I own a car. I won't give to people who don't know absolutely anything about driving. But yeah, to show, not just on driving, to show, trust people with your things and show confidence in them is something that I want to adopt. So your question, if I'm confident to drive car, yes I am. It has to be my car, or people who show confidence in me. And we are on to our last question. Are you gonna do short story September like last year? Yes, the plan is on that I would post. So last year I posted every single day of the September a short story September. This year also the motto is the same, but I'm not putting again that pressure of doing it every single day. Yeah, but I will do it. I want to do short story September for YouTube. That will only be on YouTube. So yeah, thank you for asking, and thank you for remembering that I did it last month. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for sending in all those questions. I always have fun going through and answering. I hope some of the answer did help you and you had a good time watching this video. If you did, please make sure to like this video, share about this channel with your friends and ask them to subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you next time with another video. If you have any questions for me, you can put it in the comments with hashtag AskAbdela, or you can follow me on Instagram at AbdelaPhilip and put your questions there whenever I ask. With that, I'll see you next time. God bless you. I love you. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.